And it'll be a great one between the Indianapolis Colts and the Denver Broncos. The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, set, 60 or. X3, 218, chopper, let go.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Check your hot read. Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, high 7. Snap.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
They go play action here on first down. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. Call that a very strong gain of 24. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. He'll find Lindsay here. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Here we go, 30 base. Now, hey, 2.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
2.
Lock going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
It's 1st and goal. A chance for the first points of this AFC title bout. They'll run with Lindsay. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because
and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. From 4 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at his 4. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
That's our own 41-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They run with Hines. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
A gain of 14. 1st down, Indianapolis.
A 1st down throw for Brissett. To the right side to Eric Ebron. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Bradley Chubb able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Draw play. This is Hines. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt him later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the 2nd half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the 1st half.
DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down.
Third down and 9 yards to go.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, wahoo! Get it.
Throwing his lock on third down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. 6-0 our score after one.
Ready.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
61, matchbox lights.
He's going to sit right over the middle. Watch the middle. Watch time.
Look, squeeze. Let go.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a throw here to his running back. Oh, now Lindsey lost the football, and the Colts pick it up. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 20. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And this one through the uprights and good.
Makes the score Colts 7, Broncos 6.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Let's go.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team.
There he goes left side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, 72 yards. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Go there. 8-3.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Topper.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Watch that.
Gone.
Hey, watch the ship.
Ready.
On first down, it's Lindsey. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's not going to get me.
From the 25 on second down, Locke. This is the tight end Fant. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Second catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. But you talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. Slam.
Greystone, travel. 10.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 3.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game play, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties. And they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a give, right side. Hines, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
A quick throw going to be caught by Hamilton. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
6-6, pull it high, get it.
On second down, it's Lindsey. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Ready, ready.
AFC title game, second quarter action, 2 minutes to play. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report in a bit. The coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
Here's Locke. Flush to his right. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, 54 yards. As they have now chopped this lead down to 3. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that will get them one closer. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well. And he's been right.
He completes this to Sutton. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Alpha. Ready.
From the gun on third down, Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On fourth down, on is the punter, Colby Wadman. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Here now, Roberts. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Just a fantastic punt return of 80 yards. And the Colts are once again going to retake the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never brought the play-action fake.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and that takes us from second to third down.
Here we go. 8 read. 80 weapon. Hey. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
On third and long, it's Locke. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. The Broncos send out their punter now. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On second down now, it's Hines. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They run again with Hines. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down.
Back. Check 52.
This is Hines. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. First down, Brissett. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Isaac Young in there to pick it. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Bravo!
After the turnover, here's Locke. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, exit. Go. On the ball. Fight.
Locke will try again on second down. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining.
Hey, orbit.
Third and 2, Locke's going to throw. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Locke now, 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a first and 10.
218, chop it. Smooth. Get it.
On first down, Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Locke looks to throw it again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal.
Check 99.
Recon, 132 fighter.
15, check 15.
Hey, Sam on. Now.
They'll run here with Lindsey. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a third one.
Yeah, now from this spot on third down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down. If you're going to pass down here, you better get that in the end zone.
I agree with you totally, and as we both know, the field's already condensed. There's just not a lot of space, so you've got to create some by getting some people downfield into the end zone. If you want to throw it short, you've got to have some movement, some room in order to do that. That one didn't work.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. They begin the drive with Hines. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Credit the tackle to Isaac Yiadom. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On third down, Brissett. Escaping the pressure right. Able to find Deion Kane, complete. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Brissett to throw on first. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
To try again after the sack. Brissett. And the pressure gets to him again. Von Miller in there for a milestone sack as that moves him past Hall of Famer Michael Strahan, who finished his career with 141.5. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
47 to Mike, boy, 47. Check.
Brissett now. Looking deep for Hilton. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Lock and the Broncos going to come up first and 10 at their own 23. Now a carry for Lindsey. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2 at the 31-yard line.
1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2.
Hey, Delta.
On second down, here's Locke. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lindsey. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Locke now. Perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10.
Check 24. Check 24.
Go. 61-2.
Throwing on first down is Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's second and 21.
36.
Block now to throw. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Mike 5. I got you, boy.
Throwing on third and long. Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a first and 10 at the 41. On first and 10, here's Locke. He'll let this go deep for... And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. It's a gain of 35. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Now it's Lindsey. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. Second and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Phillip Lindsey, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are able to regain the lead. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's Brissett. Flushed out right. And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 41.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
10 Loba.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Set, ready. Neutral, focus. Ready, base. And watch that, and watch the ball. Shoot.
Here's Hines. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it 1 more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Throwing on 2nd down. Brissett. And a big loss here as he's taken down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. It's 3rd and long for Brissett. Now a desperation throw deep down, and that's caught inside the 30. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 26.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Check, check.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
Ready,
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3.
Shift. Kill. Rush in.
They'll try and run it up the middle. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete here. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Watch the twist.
Topper. Hey, Haywood. Go, hit it.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
They'll run on first down. Hines, they're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
At the 36-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hines. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll wind up being a huge loss on the play, and it's going to be 3rd down and forever. And the AFC champion has been crowned onto the Super Bowl. There cannot be a better feeling than this.
It's almost indescribable. And when we talk to players from the past, a lot of them mention getting to the Super Bowl, winning a conference championship, even before they talk about the Super Bowl itself. All that hard work to get to your goal, incredible.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.